guys, welcome back. So as you can see by the title, today we are talking about self-taught beauty.
Hey guys, it's Britt. Tonight I'm here to talk to you for a few minutes about the YouTube channel Self-Taught Beauty.
Gorgeous people, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video. I really hope that you'll stick around and join us in today's conversation. Today, you guys, we are actually going to be talking about another channel here on YouTube by the name of Self-Taught Beauty.
And I've been watching all this stuff about self-taught beauty, Radiant Britt, Tira, I think her name is, and all this drama with these people. And
we're going to talk about the most recent video that Self-Taught Beauty, Mandy, put up on.
What is up and welcome back. So, we've been on this Self-Taught Beauty. Sorry, I got you pulled up. We're going to do a little react to her video.
Anyway, today, I hope everyone has had a happy Easter. I hope everyone finds themselves well. Today is going to be a kind of a synopsis on one of the videos that I did make, which is with the Not So Evil Stepmother, and the conclusions that have been risen today over the whole Mandy situation and helping her.
so Self-Taught Beauty, if you don't know who Self-Taught Beauty is, she is a self-taught makeup artist. And
Self-Taught Beauty, Mandy, is in fact scamming her subscribers.
So no. I mean, you can hope that. But no. And then you're going to get mad when it turns out, people find out, you have not been telling the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God. You can avoid a lot of that by simply being honest. You know what I mean? Like, because now it comes out, oh, well, she did have problems with drugs. Oh, she did actually have a problem with alcohol at one time. Oh, well, this.
Well, hey, y'all. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing well. For those of you that like to keep up with my personal life and have been emailing me, commenting words of encouragement, I couldn't be more grateful for you guys. I really do appreciate everything and for y'all sticking with me. This has been one of the hardest times of my life. Being a single mother and being evicted, to have nothing to go to have no friends, no family that can take you in at a time like this when there is a pandemic is the most terrified I've ever been. So we ended up back on the little piece of property where my house burnt down at. So this is where we ended up. We have no money for a hotel room. My animals are being watched right now until I can find a place.
But they're not going to watch them for long. So I'm trying to stay positive and not cry and break down and do all that in front of my boys. But guys, it's so hard. Now I heard that we're fixing to go into another lockdown. I don't know what's going on with that. Everything's just failed us. I've been to every government office I could think of. I just need help, guys. I need help. We need a home.
Videos and get them posted and updated. I ain't got no internet, staying in a tent. That's what we have been doing. I do still have that little piece of land where our house burnt down. And it gets real cold. I mean, like I said, we're staying in a tent, but I think I've got an idea. I don't know if I'm just going crazy or what. Now, on my last video, people were asking why I didn't go to the homeless shelter. When I called the homeless shelter, they have women and men separated, and I mean, they're miles apart.
Due to an incident that happened, so I'm pretty sure I know what that incident is, and which isn't safe. I can't put my boys in a situation like that. Now, if they put us together, it would be fine, but because my boys are teenagers, they wanted to separate us. And I couldn't be more grateful for my friend to let us come over here and warm up a little bit. You know, we're in Ohio, so winter is setting in fast. But guys, as for my idea, again, I could be loony. I could be loony, but I haven't found an apartment or a home, anything that I could afford right now. So I have got a friend that has got a building. Now, this building it's kind of big. I want to insert clips of it. I don't know if I'll be able to get over there to show you clips of it right this minute. But it's a pretty good-sized building, and it is, like, totally empty inside. So since we have that little patch of land down there where the house burnt down, guys, I was honestly thinking, because, I mean, this is the best way that I could see us having any shelter. It's better than a tent. Is to have this building moved on our property over there, and a little bit at a time, get it built into like one of those tiny houses. I mean, it's totally empty inside. You know, right now we can heat with a propane heater. Like, it's a propane tank, and it's got a heat burner on the end of it. We could use that for the time being, and you know, just take some out of my check a little bit each month. I'll have to pay her payments on it. I think the building costed her around $2,000, but she said she would take payments for it. So I'm thinking of a payment in between $100 and $200 a month till I get it paid off.
So here is the inside of our tent that we're staying. And of course we're out here by this burnt down pile of house that used to be a home. And a fire that barely keeps us warm. There was frost on us this morning. I'm so ready for Wednesday to get here to know that storage building will be here. I have the building. Well, hey y'all, how's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing well. Alright guys, so today we was supposed to have the building delivered. Of course, they didn't let me know that because of this code change, it could take up to 10 more days. Everybody's doing well, probably doing a lot better than I am. I'm here to address some of the stuff that has been going on in the comments. I didn't even see all this going on until today. There's one thing y'all got to understand. Every time you leave a comment, it does not mean that I've seen it. I don't delete comments. Now, I might block somebody if they're being hateful, but not if they're leaving constructive criticism or a little bit advice that's a little bit harsh. But the hateful ones, yes, yeah, I block them. But I didn't realize any of this was going on until I got a few comments on some of my spoiler videos, want me to answer questions. So here I am. And first of all, I just want to say it's disgusting. And I will not tolerate anybody that questions somebody's intentions. I think that's the worst thing that you could do when you don't understand the situation. Now, I've had comments on here saying that I'm lying about my situation, that I'm not really homeless, that I'm scamming people, which is completely untrue. But this is like a little loft thing in the back, and of course there's clothes and stuff in that bag. But guys, oh, Lord have mercy. And that gas can, I had 2 of those 2-gallon gas cans, which I try to keep kerosene in because the kerosene is just killing me. You know, I try not to run it through the day, and you'll freeze to death in this thing. There's no insulation, no underpinning, no nothing. But I had 2 of those gas cans, 2-gallon gas cans for the kerosene, to hold the kerosene. I sat one of them outside, and of course that got stolen. You know, you can't leave nothing outside around here. And this is the building when it comes. And, of course, I thought, well, great, you know, we'll have a place to go. We'll be out of everybody's way. And
It's, you know, it may not be much, but it's all we got right now. You know, it's been tough. It's a challenge every day trying to get enough money to get that. I mean, they think kerosene is golden, which I know why. You know, it does keep us warm. And again, you know, I'm planning to do a lot with this thing. I want to get insulation. I want to get walls up. I want to get a floor down. I want to get underpinning under. And this is literally my little corner of makeup. Like, that's all I have right now. Those are the last couple of bags that Ipsy has sent me. So that's really all I have since it got stolen. But I'm going to make that like my little makeup corner. And then once I get everything fixed up, we'll go back to doing makeup tutorials and everything. I mean, it's pretty well lit in here. I'm trying to figure out, you know, how a solar generator works. You know, you ain't got to use gas or anything. Right, there's my other cat, Ty. She's just a mess, guys. But they were pitiful when I first went over there and found them. They were emaciated. They weren't fed. They weren't watered. I mean, they're indoor cats, so they're used to all that. And this is what I see at night. This is actually with a light on my camera, so this is not exactly what I see at night because we only got one flashlight. Again, this is when I just don't have the money for the gas for the generator. So this is what I look at when I lay down in the bed at night. It is the bottom of the loft and the top of the roof, and again, my light is on my camera, so this is a little bit lighter than what I see. This is actually what I see right here. And it actually looks a little bit dark on here because with that little flashlight, it does at least shine the room a little bit, where you can see to walk around or whatever.
Just know, guys, we are being as safe as we can. A lot of days we sit here and freeze to death. It is a struggle every day to come up with food money as well as kerosene money, so I'm not even worried about generator money right now at this time. It's more important for us to eat
and be warm. I wanted to give you guys at least a little update of what's going on. I'm still going through the rest of the clips and everything. And again, if anybody would like to donate, I do have a PayPal or Cash App below. There has been many of you that has literally saved our lives just by donating, and I can't thank you enough. And I'm planning a big thank you video to every single person that has done that. I'm hoping to have that up soon. And I'm just ready to get back into regular videos. I'm ready to get this place fixed up like a home, like a real home. I would go and try to rent a place, but until I get a job, it would just be the same story a month ahead. And I wanted to be at a place where nobody could tell us to leave, and we wouldn't end up in a tent, be starving and freezing.
So guys, we are walking to get internet.
I have been having to do this, so there's some people in there that don't understand why I'm not answering back, because I'm having to go up here. See, I stay way back there, about where the furthest lights are. So I have to walk up here to pick up internet, because right now I don't have any Wi-Fi, and that's what I run off of. I run off of Wi-Fi. It's not the best, but I did want to do a small update for you guys. It's so gloomy out here today and rainy. I went to get a gas voucher. Until I have a working bathroom in here, they can't really help or won't help. I don't know. Whichever one, they're not going to help until I get that done. The health department was also called, so I'm having to fix that. I don't know where I'm going to get the money for that. I'm about 60 or 70 away from the actual water that is in the burnt down house. So either we're going to run the sewage pipe and the water pipe to here, or I actually can move the building. Either way, it's going to cost a lot of money to do that. So I'm trying to figure out how to do that. They only give you 30 days to do this, to have a working toilet in the shed. We are out here looking at the pipes and stuff for this house and for the health department. Yep, there's been a bunch of updates. So I'm going to try to update everybody. No, I don't have makeup on. I can't do makeup in the dark, and I got bags under my eyes because I get no sleep. Such a mess out here. I'm out here looking for pipes. Some good news. I did finally get EBT, which isn't a lot, but I'm grateful to get it, and thank God that we do get it. I mean, it doesn't last all month, but that is a little bit of good news. I still have not got my stimulus. A lot of people have got theirs already. I don't know what's going on with that. I keep looking it up, and because you know what, that would help out so much right now. It's always just one thing or another right here. And again, my health is really bad, and I'll do a better update on that later on to let you guys know. A lot of people think you got to be on drugs to be in this situation. That couldn't be furthest from the truth. I'm not on drugs. That's not my journey. I do have a lot of addicts that live around me, and it's just heartbreaking seeing them go through that. And I couldn't imagine being on anything in the situation that I am in now, because it would be worse. And I do feel really bad for those people going through anything like that. But that, again, that's not my journey. I just happen to be having a really hard time from losing everything in a fire a couple of years ago, and just haven't quite got back up on my feet.
Hey guys, it's Britt. Tonight I'm here to talk to you for a few minutes about the YouTube channel Self-Taught Beauty. I had some questions from you guys, and I did a little looking into it, so if you're interested, please keep watching. They deserve to live the very best life possible. That being said, there's been a lot of questions surrounding Self-Taught Beauty and the animals that she owns. So yes, there are always critics. However, the critics that are discussing the welfare of Mandy's animals are discussing it with good reason. If you guys don't know, I'll link some other videos that I've done in my description box on Self-Taught Beauty and who she is, what her channel is about, the reason that people are upset with her, actually the reasons, because there's more than one. But I've always had this overarching issue when it comes to her channel. It's not the lack of motivation and the endless excuses and the deleting comments that are asking questions and the sad fishing. My top issue with her right now is the fact that she is owning animals in an environment where animals should not be living. And the heater it's being used in, this lady is not playing. People who care have spent a lot, so you should be okay. And that's the thing, this has been a prolonged period of time. We're not talking about 2 or 3 weeks where things got hard and she just hasn't given answers. If it was such a short amount of time, I would absolutely cut her some slack. And I would also say that these people are just being way too hard on her, but that's just not the case. Not showing any of the things makes it seem very shady. Send a case of insulation foam you haven't even used. So that's not good. People are offering you jobs and she doesn't want a job, she just wants money. I mean, these people are just offering her endless answers on how to help herself and how to find resources and utilize those resources, and it just kind of falls on deaf ears. So unless you want to send a PayPal or a Cash App, it's sort of like you're talking to a brick wall.
A week that I get from my aunt for cleaning her house. Now, I've cleaned houses for such a long time, even up till the pandemic. So if I could think back to where all this started from, it's when I lost my house, New Year's. A lot of people already know this. I lost everything in a fire on New Year's 2019. Started going downhill from there. Never got back up on my feet before my husband decided to leave. Fix that mask, it's bugging me. I know it's bugging y'all. Lost my cleaning jobs because of the pandemic. You know, found myself having to junk stuff and all that crazy shit for money on the side. But I've never really got back up on my feet. Never did. I lost all my vital records in that fire, and I've never had an Ohio ID. I've only lived up here for about a year, and yeah, it was me being lazy. I should have went and got an Ohio ID. Finally, guys, a little bit of good news. I did track down a copy of my Social Security card. So fingers crossed, I'm going to try to get down there this week sometime, try to get my ID.
So March 2nd, Tara watches 12 plus hours of self-taught beauty content. And at this time, she's going, I would say, back and forth with Radiant Britt. Tara don't like Radiant Britt, and Radiant Britt keeps making videos about self-taught beauty. So Tara is planning on making a 3-part series. She gets part 2 out, but before she drops part 3, she comes out with a video and says that, you know, she accidentally deleted part 3, but it was probably for a good thing because something big has happened and we're going to find out soon enough. And, but Self-Taught Beauty and her boys are doing good. They're actually having a hot meal, and things are going to look up for them, and she knows that. So then March 4th, she puts out the video, and she actually, she's talking about, there's the whole pipe ordeal. And there's a lot of back and forth around this time. Radiant Britt has been put out in her video. You'll even go back and see, well, you can't go back and see. I was going to say, a lot of Alex's videos are now deleted. But even in Alex's video she talks about the donations. And so we know there's donations that were given, you know, we know that. But the problem is, and the reason it's kind of hard to detangle all this is because there were donations that were a lie. They weren't really given. One thing is the whole Betty Boop situation, which could be a whole video in itself. So I think what upset really Betty Boop the most was Kush the dog. So if you remember my video, I don't know if it's this one or part 1, but I played the dog that was paralyzed. She said she needed money to take Kush to the vet because his dog was paralyzed. Well, people donated. Now, how much we don't know, and I can't 100% say, but my opinion is people did donate to this dog. However, Mandy didn't take the dog to the vet. Mandy ended up rehoming this dog. So that really upset people because she took these donations up for the dog, and she didn't use it for that purpose. So that really upset a lot of people. So I cannot say factual how many people donated, who donated. But my opinion is there have been a lot of donations. So that's just been a big tangle web. And then there was the whole pipes. People were donating to these pipes. Again, I'm not getting into all this. Mandy took pictures of Google pictures of these pipes and supposedly portrayed they were hers. I don't think that's what she was doing. I don't think that's what she was implying. My opinion, just like the fire. You'll see a video, she'll put out a video and it shows a fire. Some may say it makes you want to believe that it was her home when in actual it was a neighbor's home that caught fire. But even when she tells her story about the fire, she'll use that picture. And I kind of think that's what she was doing with the whole pipes. So anyways, so March 6th, Tara makes a video and she finally tells who the person is who went out there and visited Mandy and is going to help the situation. And that person is Alex, not so evil stepmother. So she has decided to go out and kind of see if Mandy's telling the truth or whether or not she's scamming people. So again, her videos, most of them are gone. So I have to go by memory and then some of the clips I've seen on Radiant Britt's. So she does go out there. She verifies, you know, Mandy's living in the shed, which I don't think that was really a question. I think everybody kind of knew that. it's I think the main thing is she trying to help herself, you know? So Alex, not so evil stepmother, she drops a video letting her audience know that she is going to do what she can and she's going to get to the bottom of this. And we're going to help Mandy get out of this situation that she's in. So Alex, she starts, she goes so far and beyond of what is called upon her. I mean, she's calling around places and trying to get all this information because remember, supposedly we have to get our ID, which that's so questionable to me. If you heard just recently, I played a clip where she's talking about she was approved for EBT. Now, there's a possibility I could be wrong. But I've never heard of getting EBT without a valid identification. So that's odd. But that was her main kind of excuse for everything is they don't have IDs. So that was like one of Alex's main thing. We need to get her an ID. She wanted to set her up to get a home and to get a home, she has to have a job so she can keep paying rent month after month. So Alex took donations, but she was holding them for her a home. So she could get everything in order, A, B, and C, ID, job, home, So again, we don't end up right back where we was a month from now. I mean, you can get her an apartment, but then who's going to pay the rent next month, So Alex was thinking long term. And she was really trying to rally the community up. Like one last hurrah. Let's help her. Let's do everything we can and come together. But Alex said right from the start, if I see any shady business, I'm going to out her. I'm not going to cover anything up. And I think that's why everybody trusted Alex, because Alex was somebody who was kind of unbiased. She was stuck in the middle, and they knew that they could trust Alex with these donations, that everything was just going to be laid on the table and transparent. And that ended up being the whole downfall that Mandy got so upset about, because Alex was showing everything as transparent as completely could be. And unfortunately, I don't believe if you are donating money, I don't think you have the right, if you give somebody $20, to say, okay, now I want to run down what you did with that $20. Oh, wait a minute. Why did you buy that 20-ounce Dr. Pepper? I don't believe that. That's not right. However, after you ask time after time after time, and people are starting to question, and then this whole thing comes out, that's the main problem, is the transparency. So people are letting you know, hey, we're going to donate to you, but we want to know how and where this money is being used. And Mandy knew this going in. She knew this. She agreed to those terms. However, it fell through, and Mandy said she felt like she was, being babied or, kind of being told what to do. And she made a video, and she kind of threw Alex underneath the bus by saying that she hadn't seen a dime of those donations, kind of like pulling Alex's hand. I think she was kind of hoping people would turn to Alex and be like, okay, why haven't you given Mandy my donations? However, that didn't happen. People got quite upset at all that Alex had done. Again, she did so much. She had her aligned for a job. She was supposed to go talk to somebody at the O'Reilly's, even though Mandy said that they didn't know about it. They had her a van, not a bus. They had her a van. Somebody was actually going to donate her a vehicle. And Alex, was going to pay for her to get like an Uber to go to the DMV to get her license and everything. And Mandy kept kind of going around the fact that she couldn't get her license. So if you remember, and I think in part 1 I showed, she admitted that she'd gotten in trouble for driving without license, and she had several times, and she, even there in that clip I played, she said, but it's all taken care of now, which was a complete lie because it wasn't. And the whole time that Mandy knew Alex had this vehicle in place, she stayed quiet and didn't say a word about it. Now, what would have happened if Alex would have let that van go through and Mandy would have got it and she would have been driving that van without a license and without it being plated? I mean, that's what gets you in this trouble. So then Alex felt like she was being manipulated and lied to. So Alex got on her channel and she said, I'm done. And I'm going to play some of those clips of Alex's now.
Just not want to lose my place and that kind of thing. I told everyone from day one that I would be completely honest and transparent about this entire Mandy situation, that I would give everything that I have to helping her and making sure that she had the help that she needed and the resources. And then I would also look into all of these claims. And no matter what the verdict was, no matter what was found one way or the other, whether it was for or against Mandy, that I would be transparent and put that information out there. I at no point ever said how I was going to put that information out there, whether I was going to respond to a comment or put it in a video. So I'm not for sure and therefore don't want to say definitively one way or the other. Let me go ahead and say right now, definitively, I am out. I'm done. I can't do any more, you guys. I really can't. If and when it does, though, I will be sure to let everyone know, which I just did. Mandy and Tira are playing too many games right now, and I'm not here for it. I told Tira from the beginning of all of this that I thought Mandy was full of it because Mandy and I have a past, and it's not good. And that's another thing. Like, Tira kept making videos saying, oh, Alex and Mandy knew each other. I knew everything was going to be fine. Tira knew of our past. We don't know each other. We know of each other, and we don't have a good history, which is why, I mean, maybe Tira felt like I would be an unbiased person to tell me. I asked her flat out. I said, Mandy, do you have any holds on your license because of the three driving on suspensions? And she never responded to me to that question. She never responded to that question. And then she continued on and played it along like she was going there to get her temps. And then I found out she didn't get her temps and the story she gave me didn't align. So then Michelle and I had to spend all of this time and effort searching for the actual truth. And then I had to hit her with it. And then I can't lie to everyone else and not tell them because everyone knows about this van. Everyone already knew about the driving on suspensions and everything else. So there is zero reason for me to withhold that information from anybody. And again, if I do withhold that information, then I am not being 100% transparent and honest. And I also wanted to compare some of the donations because I've had 3 donations sent to me that were sent within, I'm saying days, like a day of each other, that added up to over $700 that she got back in August. And she got this the day after she got her 3-day notice. And Tira knows about this too. I told her about this too. So why didn't she pay the rent with that? Or why didn't she take that money and use it elsewhere to get a new place? Like, I don't understand. That's $700. Why didn't you take that and use it? So I wanted to compare and see if she truly got this money because the receipt looks very legit. And the person that it comes from is somebody that I trust. I mean, she's been a subscriber of mine for a while. She doesn't have any reason to lie. And she didn't send it to me to even tell anybody about it, which is why I really haven't, because she said she gave it to Mandy. She knew that, you know, Mandy was going to do whatever with it. She just hoped that it would help her. And that was it. So either way, I wanted to confirm that Mandy did in fact get that and find out from Mandy what she did with that money. I also wanted to look at her account because, you know, I also had some other donations that look very fake. So those ones, the $700 one looked real. I had other ones that look fake. I've already found 3 fake ones for sure that I know are fake. So I wanted to look at her PayPal. That's why I wanted to look. And now I guess neither Mandy or Tira thinks that she should have to show it. So, and I literally put the so little emoji with the hands because I don't know. I do know the lady from one of the shelters did offer to help Mandy with the animals and their care, but as with everything else, that's up to Mandy to follow up with. As far as the deputy going there, there was several reports made and a deputy did in fact go there. This I do know that for sure because I've seen the emails between one of the people, I've actually 2 of the people that sent the emails. I have the emails, you guys. So they were reported. And by the way, I did ask her who was behind making these calls and sending these emails, and she did tell me that Britt was behind it. However, in saying that, I will also say that I also found out that this was not true, which is why I didn't address any of this in my video because, again, I'm not going to take hearsay. I'm going to find out what's really going on. And that's probably where Mandy got it from. And that I found out that the girl who told me that Britt did it was, in fact, the one who did. And it's a subscriber. I don't know if it's a subscriber of mine or Britt's or maybe nobody's. I don't know. But it's one of the subscribers, the trio, who has a hard-on for Mandy. And she had asked others to call as well, which is why I said there's people playing games and playing both sides in all this. This I do know for sure and have plenty of evidence of. When everything's said and done, I will give back the donations and walk away with my integrity and sleep just fine because I literally did everything I could for her except hand her cash, and that's what it felt like she wanted, and to lie for her. I'm not going to do those things. I went there. I told her I would find out. If she was lying, I would make a video and show it because people had a right to know. And if she wasn't, I would help her. If she wanted it and truly took it and did what she was supposed to do. Biggest mistake ever. I feel like no good deed ever goes unpunished, you guys. Like, seriously. But at the end of the day, my word is my word. And you guys know how I am about loyalty. And I basically just told her, I spent 10 years in the Army. Loyalty is a big thing to me. I told both Tyra and Mandy, and they both have said in their own video many times, I don't play games. They've said that. Alex is not the one to play with. Don't play with Alex. So why Mandy would lie to me and think that I'm not going to say something, or Tyra think that I'm not going to be honest about Mandy not being honest with me, I don't know. So if she knew everyone knew about that van, was expecting her to get it, I couldn't lie or cover up why she couldn't get it, and Tyra agreed with all of that, all of this entire time that I'm going to be. I told Mandy many times throughout all of this that people are not going to be happy until she gets out of this situation. They're going to keep coming for her. They're going to keep looking for things. They're going to keep looking for inconsistencies and lies and everything else. And they're just going to keep coming. As long as all of this is now in public view because Mandy chose to put this out there on the public. And let's be honest here. She did. She chose to put her personal information and what is going on in her personal life out there for everyone to see and say, I need help. We then went there to help her. And she can't say, well, I don't want to tell you this and this. The fact is, there is a number of things that Mandy has told me that I have not put in videos because she was honest with me and she did tell me in confidence. So,
no, I do ask, everyone not to go over, not to send hate to her, but I will pray for her. I'm not going to pray for her to get a home or a job or keep her job. What I'm going to pray for Mandy is I hope and pray Mandy finds the willpower and the strength within herself to fight for her life and for her boy's life so they can live in a better situation. And that's what I'm going to pray for her, for the willpower and the strength inside of her.